Alright, we've got 5 games to talk about, but because they're just preseason games and don't actually count towards anything, instead of recapping each one like I normally do during the regular season, in this video I'm gonna highlight the players that stood out to me most, starting with KIEFER SHERWOOD. By the way, if you're a Canucks fan but you're not familiar with some of the new players on the team, don't worry, just click the playlist in the top right corner of your screen to get caught up. There's only 4 videos before this one, so you should be done in no time. Anyway, starting with
KIEFER SHERWOOD.
This guy is electric. He's a hard hitter, a scrappy forechecker, but before you start typecasting him as some fourth line grinder, you should know that he's got some serious offensive upside to his game as well. And that was made very clear in his first appearance of the preseason, Game 2 against the Calgary Flames. Here he is on the forecheck, getting to the puck first and setting up Max Sasson for a shot on net. Then, just a few minutes later, he feathered another great pass to Sasson, except this one led to a goal for the Canucks. Sherwood kept his head up all game, constantly hunting for offensive opportunities, and it reached a point where if the puck was on his stick, you just knew a scoring chance was about to happen. And it wasn't just his 5-on-5 play that stood out. Coach Rick Tocchet had him out on the penalty kill too, and guess what? He was generating offense there as well. Here he is poking the puck past Flames first rounder Zane Parekh to send himself in on a short-handed breakaway. Now, he didn't score on this one, but he back-checked hard, stole the puck back, and then sent Phil DiGiuseppe in on a partial breakaway. Guys, come on, this is impressive. And I'm not even done. In his third appearance of the preseason, Game 5 against the Edmonton Oilers, Tocchet had him out on the power play, and, well, watch this.
Down low, Sherwood across, Baines scores! Beautiful pass from KIEFER SHERWOOD to Arshdeep Baines.
Look at that pass. Of course he's good with his stick. His last name is Sherwood. Right? Do you get it? 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 And on top of everything I just said, he's still got that fourth line grinder feistiness in him that teams hate to play against. KIEFER SHERWOOD is a perfect fit for the Canucks.
AATU.
Okay, so if this guy doesn't make the team, I'll shave my head bald and legally change my name to Richard Cheese. Where the hell do I even start with AATU? Well, okay, I guess I could start with his first appearance of the preseason, which was Game 1 against the Seattle Kraken. Jumping to the second period, the Canucks were under some serious pressure until Räty, already with an assist under his belt, casually strips the Kraken player of the puck, breaks it out, and alleviates the pressure. Cool. Here he is winning a face-off left-handed. Here he is winning another face-off left-handed. Here he is winning a face-off right-handed. Here he is winning another... Wait. So he's not just good at winning face-offs, he's good at winning face-offs both ways? Do you guys realize that one of the main reasons the Canucks traded for Elias Lindholm last season was because he was a right-handed center? Räty literally flips his stick around to take face-offs right-handed when necessary. And he wins them. I'm pretty sure Tocchet's gonna like that. And it wasn't a one-off thing he was just trying out. Apparently he's been working on it all summer. Like I said, if he doesn't make the team, I'm shaving my head, changing my name to Richard Cheese, and wearing nothing but sunglasses for the rest of my life. That's how sure I am. And if for some reason you're not sold on him yet, here's the cherry on top. For most of the preseason, he played on a line with Connor Garland and Niels Big Hog Höglander. First of all, Big Hog and Garland are such creative and hardworking players that opponents often resort to throwing temper tantrums after failing to contain them. Yet somehow, they've never played on the same line, at least not consistently. But with the recent news that Garland's usual line mate Dakota Joshua will be out for at least the first few games of the season, Tocchet paired them up and put Räty in the middle. And oh my word, punch me in the face and call me Leon Draisaitl. The chemistry was undeniable. They were dominant every shift. Räty brings a similar style of grit that Hog and Gars bring, but unlike them, he's not 5'8". He's 6'2". And guys, we already have a name for the line, the Rat Pack. I imagine we'll be seeing them together on opening night, and if that does happen, there will be more temper tantrums. That's guaranteed. If it doesn't, I'm not gonna leave my house ever again.
VINCENT DESHARNAIS.
Look, this is awkward for me too. Just a few months ago, this guy was tasked with shutting down the Canucks power play as a member of the Oilers, and now he's protecting Quinn Hughes rocking deep ocean blue and cash money green. It's a strange feeling for us fans, but here's the thing. He's a Canuck now, and we cheer for the Canucks. We don't need to talk about his ex anymore, okay? He's moved on to bigger and better things. And let me tell you, he looked great in the preseason. His first appearance was in Game 2 against the Flames, and it didn't take too long for him to start throwing players all over the ice. Need I remind you, Vincent Desharnais is 6'7", 228 pounds. So, I mean, I don't think I'd enjoy playing against him. He's a bully out there, and he thinks it's funny. It's awesome. Now, I don't expect him to pile up the points in the regular season, but he did get in on the scoring in this game. It was Jake DeBrusk tipping in one of his point shots. It was a decent first showing for him, but where he really shined was in Game 4 against the Flames. Of course, he was physical all game, just like you'd expect, bashing bones, bonking heads, giving people scoliosis. In fact, here he is manhandling Adam Klapka, one of the only players in the league who's actually bigger than him. So in case you wanted Desharnais to pick on someone his own size, he did. But what really stood out in this game for me was how effective he was on the penalty kill. He was blocking slap shots, directing traffic, deflecting pucks out of play, he was preventing goals by lifting sticks in the crease, and then even at 5-on-5, he was defending 2-on-1s with ease. He actually ended up getting booted from this game because late in the third period, he went to hit one of Calgary's top prospects, Samuel Honzik, but his elbow got a bit too high and the refs thought it was dangerous, so yeah, whatever though, Vinny laughed it off and it was fine. Desharnais' third appearance of the preseason was in Game 5 against, well, his ex. I know I said I wouldn't bring them up, but we have to talk about them sometimes. And there were a few standout moments from this one. I mean, first of all, on occasion, he was faced with the hardest matchup any hockey player in history could have, defending Connor McDavid. No one is ever going to do that perfectly, but Vinny did a pretty good job in this game. Here he is out-muscling the Oilers captain in a battle for the puck, and here he is giving him a little hug. Seriously though, we should really be excited about this guy. He's big and tough, smart with the puck, and can even break the occasional ankle. I like him.
KIRILL KUDRYAVSTEV.
Kuja's first appearance was in Game 3 against the Seattle Kraken, a game so boring it felt like watching the NHL awards on half speed.
What are your predictions for the next season, Nikita? What do you like next season? Try to win the cup. That is such amazing advice for hockey players, man. Wow, you are.
Seriously though, the Canucks really couldn't get anything going, and it got to the point where Seattle's goalie started contemplating shooting one into his own net just to make things interesting. He changed his mind though, unfortunately. Kirill KUDRYAVSTEV was really the only joy I felt watching this game. Here he is stripping the puck off a Kraken forward and sending it right back up the ice with a nice pass to Arshdeep Bains. He's got the defensive skills you want in a defender, but what I really notice about him is how offensive-minded he is. I mean, just look how low he comes here trying to get open. That's confidence. I think he'll most likely be labeled an offensive defenseman, but he's really got both sides to his game down. Just look at this sequence. NHL veteran Chandler Stevenson dumps the puck in and starts chasing it, but Kuj stays right with him, wipes him along the boards, takes the puck off him, and taps it free to Max Sasson to begin the breakout. It's simple stuff like this you want to see from a young defender. He was back in the lineup for Game 5 against the Oilers, and this is where he really shined in my opinion. He was all over the ice the whole game. He's clearly not afraid to join in on the rush and cheat for offense on occasion. If he sees an opening while his team has possession, he's going to storm up the ice and try to make something happen, and that's exciting to me. But again, he's a defender and he's good at defending. Here he is casually ruining any hopes the Oilers had for an offensive rush by poking the puck off Jeff Skinner's stick. Nice. He's got a calmness to his game that makes me calm while watching. Look at this little clever pass he made to Sasson to start the breakout in his own end. I know it might seem small, but these things matter. It's the details. And when the Oilers scored to go up 2-1 in the third period, guess who was bringing the offense right back for the Canucks?
Near side, KUDRYAVSTEV with a shot tipped in.
I expect to see Kirill KUDRYAVSTEV called up at least a couple times this season. In fact, I think he's going to be an NHL regular before D-PETEY is. I've changed my stance on that after watching the preseason.
Jonathan LEKKERIMÄKI.
Considering he's arguably Vancouver's most promising prospect since Quinn Hughes, it's no surprise this kid had so many eyes on him heading into the preseason. I know I was locked in every time he was on the ice, and the Canucks coaching staff was clearly curious too, because LEKKERIMÄKI ended up playing in all but one of these games. Pause for a second. I understand there's still one more preseason game remaining, but with a random 4-day break between games 5 and 6, I'm just going to consider that last game more of a trailer for the regular season rather than the 6th preseason game, so yeah. Anyway, LEKKERIMÄKI didn't disappoint. In Game 1, he drew a penalty and launched his signature Mackey bomb on the ensuing power play, but it was stopped by the Seattle netminder. Then, he forechecked hard, stole the puck, sparking a chain of events that led to a shot on goal for Brock Besser. He got the second assist on a power play goal from Filip Hronek. It's nice to see that Phil's bomb of a slap shot is already in mid-season form. Again, he was forechecking hard, creating turnovers and chances for offense. And to cap it all off, Tocchet had LEKKERIMÄKI out in the final moments of the game to defend a 1-goal lead, and when the puck came to him, he made a nice little play to Pius Suter, who was able to score on the empty net and seal the deal for the Canucks. In Game 2, he was playing on a line with Elias Pettersson and Jake DeBrusk, which I was very happy about. Just look at him sift his way through the Flames defense to gain the zone on the power play. Pretty neat. But even neater was this little touch pass he made to Pettersson. That was on purpose, okay? I don't care what anybody says. It was clearly intentional. It's too bad Petey's shot hit the post though, because that could have been their first highlight reel goal together. LEKKERIMÄKI's third appearance came in Game 4 against the Flames, where he scored his first goal in a Canucks uniform. However, aside from maybe the power of his wrist shot, there's not really much to learn about when it comes to this goal. His initial attempt was blocked by the Flames defender, but then, like magic, the puck flew in the air, over the goalie's head, and into the back of the net. I can guarantee that wasn't intentional. However, he almost did it again in the second period, so maybe it was. And finally, in Game 5 against the Oilers, aside from getting blasted by Connor McDavid and a solid shootout attempt that unfortunately hit the post, he wasn't all that noticeable. In the 4 games he played, he finished with 1 goal and 2 assists for 3 points, which is good. He's gonna marinate in Abbotsford for a bit, and I wouldn't be surprised to see him get called up sooner than later.
Daniel Sprong.
Okay, let's talk about the Flying Dutchman Daniel Sprong. And yeah, I just gave him that nickname. Why the Flying Dutchman? Because he's Dutch and he flies. Watch him fly. Look at this. First, he's behind his own net weighing his options, right? And then he's powering his way to the opposing team's net and almost scoring. How'd he do that? Well, I guess one of the options he was weighing was just to take the puck up the ice, blow past 4 Flames players, and then score all by himself. Too bad he couldn't squeak it past the goalie, though. That would have been pretty sweet. It's a good thing he did this 2 games earlier.
Daniel Sprong, back in across the Calgary line, makes a nice move. Sprong to the goal to the forehand. He scores!
Yeah, so in Game 2 of the preseason, Daniel Sprong scored one of the nicest goals I've seen in a while. Just in the Canucks preseason, but there is more to talk about, such as the brewing chemistry between Jake DeBrusk and Elias Pettersson, the promising play of Artur Schilofs and the newest Canuck, Kevin Lankinen, the performance of rookie Vilmer Ulriksson that earned him his first ever professional contract, Danton Heinen's penalty killing, Sammy Blais bullying, Tyler Myers' chaotic attacks on the Seattle Kraken, where I stand on the play of Elias D-PETEY Pettersson. If you want to hear me talk about all that and more, click the top link in the description of this video. Anyway, thanks to these nuckheads who chose to support the channel by clicking the join button. Thank you for watching. I'll see you all next week. Bye.
Daniel Sprong, and he's a hell of a player. You saw that goal last night in the preseason where he had the dipsy-do. So when you look at a guy like that can add minutes to your second power play, hopefully score 20-odd goals, you got to be excited for a guy that's pretty electric in that role.
He's got an elite shot. You saw the goal last night. I mean, an incredible goal. We just got to fill in the blanks.